Thanks for staying tuned, and it's time for the sports news. Here is Ayotunde Balo.
Many thanks, Laddie. Super Eagles manager Gennett Rowe has overseen his first training session with the players at their camp in Rabat, Morocco, as the three-time African champions intensify their preparation for the World Cup qualifier against Algeria and the friendly against Argentina in Russia. 20 players participated in training, while Captain John Mikel Obi, Francis Uzor and Daniel Akpe are still expected in camp, but they are expected to train twice tomorrow. The Super Eagles are also expected to depart Morocco for Algeria on Thursday. Nigeria will take on Algeria on Friday, while they face Argentina 4 days later in Russia. Barcelona forward Lionel Messi has joined his Argentinian teammates for training at the Moscow Spartak Stadium ahead of their friendly match against Russia. Argentina faces the 2018 World Cup host this Saturday in the Russian capital. After that, they'll play Nigeria on November the 14th in Krasnodar. The South American side qualified for the World Cup right at the death after beating Ecuador in October, with Messi scoring a hat-trick. Four-time Olympic silver medalist Frankie Fredericks has been suspended by the International Olympic Committee, IOC, after being charged with money laundering and corruption. Fredericks was charged by the French authorities last week. He was accused of accepting a bribe of £230,000 from the son of ex-IWF President Lamine Diack when Rio won the vote to host the 2016 Olympics. The 50-year-old, who was a member of the IWF Council and a prominent figure within the IOC, claims the money was legitimate payment for consultancy and promotional work for the athletics governing body. Jenson Button will not be part of McLaren's driver roster in 2018 following Lando Norris' promotion into the backup role. Button's deal with the team expires at the end of the year, and it will not be renewed. The 37-year-old, who joined McLaren, has also performed an ambassadorial role this year and is likely to retain close ties with the team. Olympic champion, or marathon champion that is, Jemima Kipsang of Kenya has been banned for 4 years for an anti-doping rule violation. The Rio 2016 gold medalist tested positive for the blood booster EPO on February the 28th. Although she claims that her positive test was because of treatment for pregnancy, the Kenyan anti-doping agency rejected her explanation for failing to provide concrete evidence. I'm Ayotunde Balo, and that's a wrap on sports news. The news at 10 continues shortly.
Thank you, Ayo. South Sudan's top military commander, Lieutenant Colonel Chang Garang, has defected and joined the largest rebel group fighting troops loyal to President Salva Kiir. Lieutenant Colonel Garang, an ally of former Army Chief Paul Malong, defected with 200 soldiers. He said he defected because Malong's allies were being treated badly. The troops, he said, had not been paid for 7 months, and other ethnic groups were being discriminated against. President Salva Kiir, Mr. Malong, and Lieutenant Colonel Garang are ethnic Dinkas, and any split within the powerful group could represent a threat to President Kiir. U.S. President Donald Trump does not believe tighter gun laws would have prevented deaths during Sunday's attack on the First Baptist Church, Sutherland Springs, Texas. Speaking to reporters in the South Korean capital Seoul during his Asia tour, President Trump said hundreds more would have died in spite of stringent gun laws. He suggested that armed bystander Stephen Wilford, who shot the gunman Devin Kelly with his privately owned weapon, may not have been able to, quote, neutralize Kelly if stricter gun laws had been in place, and pointed to the violence in Chicago and the city's tough gun laws as an example of why vetting gun buyers would not prevent shootings.
If you did what you're suggesting, there would have been no difference 3 days ago, and you might not have had that very brave person who happened to have a gun or a rifle in his truck go out and shoot him and hit him and neutralize him. And I can only say this: if he didn't have a gun, instead of having 26 dead, he would have had hundreds more dead. So that's the way I feel about it.
And the main news again. President Muhammadu Buhari today presented an 8.6 trillion naira 2018 appropriation bill to the National Assembly. He also asked for the cooperation of the lawmakers for the early passage of the budget. Also today, divergent views trailed the 2018 budget presentation by the president. While some federal lawmakers applauded the proposal, others expressed caution over implementation. And on the foreign scene, there seem to be more problems for President Salva Kiir as South Sudan's army commander today defected to the rebels. That's the news at 10 tonight. Thanks for being with us. My name is Ladi Akeridoluale. Good night.